Greetings, X-Men fans. You're watching Uncanny, the mutant musings of Matt and Sis. It's the show where we discuss Marvel's Uncanny X-Men comic issue by issue, from 1975's giant-size X-Men #1 all the way to the present day. We will be talking about all aspects of the story, so if you haven't read this 50-year-old comic, this is your official spoiler warning. My name is Matt. I write and draw Steamroller Man, a comedy superhero comic, which you can read online for free at steamrollerman.com. And this is my co-host, Sis, publisher of Sidrus Comics Australia. Follow him on Instagram at Sidrus Comics AU. Hello, Sis. How
Hello,
are
Matt.
you?
I'm excellent. Thank you. Yourself?
I'm good. I'm ready to discuss this issue 118
118.
of
Yep.
X-Men.
I'm
It
big
looks like a
excited.
great one.
Sunfire's back. Good
Yeah.
old arrogant Sunfire.
Yes.
I don't know if he is so much in this, but yeah.
I always
To a
liked
degree.
Sunfire, and I think it was almost because of the fact that he left the team sort of almost as soon as he joined. So he always seemed like, oh yeah, it's that guy.
Yeah.
You know, like you never got to see him really do anything. And
Well,
so
that's
anytime
true.
he does show up, it's like, oh, Sunfire. It's almost like the typical like leave them wanting more type thing. Like
Yeah.
don't
It
overstay.
works.
He didn't overstay his welcome, kind of thing, you know.
It works, Sunfire. Well done, buddy.
And what a great cover! I love this
Yep.
This cover.
Dave Cockrum. Nice.
You can
And
almost
Kate
tell
Austin.
that it's a Dave Cockrum cover now.
Yeah.
I mean, having done enough of these episodes, you can almost tell without looking for the signature, like, oh, this is definitely Dave Cockrum's work. Just the dynamic poses, dramatic composition, that huge hand in the foreground, that looks awesome.
Yeah, it does, hey.
So cool.
With laser coming out of a finger. That's pretty impressive.
Yes.
Oh, hang on. Oh, now I can't make out what's going on. Oh, well, we'll go into the book and find out. I just realized I didn't even look at it properly before. It's almost like the hand's upside down and that's coming out of its thumb. I don't know. I don't know
No, I
what's going
think no, that's the index finger. It's like going like this sort of thing.
on. Oh, it's closed fist. Yep, I get it now.
Yes.
They're the fingers coming
Yes.
around. Oh, that's
Yes.
I was seeing them as fingers coming out. I'm like, what's going on there?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see.
I see it now.
It's like an
Yep, I see it.
optical illusion.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll head straight into it.
Yeah.
That is an awesome cover, though. And this, it's not till the next page we find out who everyone is, but I'll just put it out there. Chris Claremont, John Byrne, again with the dual credits.
Yep.
Rick Villamont as the
Yeah.
inker. I don't think I've
Yeah.
heard of him before.
I hadn't heard of him either. I looked him up because I hadn't heard of him. And I'm just going to be completely honest. I was not a fan of his ink work in this issue.
I'm glad it's not just me.
No, it definitely looked very rushed. I don't want to say amateurish. I'm just going to say rushed.
Yeah, rushed.
Just like the figures. I will say there's a lot of stuff in terms of background inking that actually I think looks quite good in a lot of panels. But the characters, they just don't look right. Like
No.
they just don't look right.
No.
Especially when you're coming from Terry Austin's inks, which are so clean and just, you know, every panel looks great. Every character looks great.
Well, the thing I was going to say,
yeah.
it is so jarring, this inking. I had to go back about 3 times and double check it was John Byrne doing the pencils.
Yes. Yeah,
So
I
was
know
like,
what you mean.
no, this isn't John Byrne, no way. Yeah, John Byrne.
Yeah.
And then I hopped online and double checked John Byrne. I
Yeah.
went, really?
Yeah.
Wow, ink makes such a big difference.
It really does. It's a really good example of how a good inker can really elevate a good penciler's work, but an inker who's not on their game or is just trying to get the job done, I don't want to say bad inker,
No. Well,
But
I mean, there are
that
certain
can
parts that
really
are really
affect the
good. So
pencils too. What's
yeah,
that?
there's parts of it that are really good too. So it's like can't be
Yeah,
a bad inker. So I think you're right. I think it might have just been a rush job. It's like he
yeah,
chooses. It's almost like he chooses what he puts his effort into.
I think so.
Yeah.
Um,
So
I did
like
look him
Storm's
up.
face in this looks great. Storm's face looks great. But
Yes,
Wolverine, like who the dude? Who's that dude? Who's what?
yeah,
Wolverine? He's
and
not Wolverine.
Banshee's like
Yeah,
Banshee's
Banshee's really
face
weird.
there. It just doesn't look like a very competent drawing.
And it
And the
makes me
fact that
wonder
you've
what
got
was underneath it.
yes, exactly. I was going to say the fact that you've got John Byrne's pencils to work off of, and then you produce this. It had to be a rush job.
Yeah.
It had
Well, I
to
reckon
be.
John Burns was a rush job as well because I
Could have
can't
been.
see I can't see John Byrne drawing bad enough to produce this sort of inking.
Yeah,
If he had the normal time he has, so maybe he
I think
rushed
you're
it, and then
right.
the inker wasn't suited to him. I think that's what it is. Sometimes it's just the inker really good. An inker is really suited to a certain pencil style,
Mm,
and that's why you end up with a lot of inkers and pencilers teaming up and just sort of staying together wherever they go because they
yeah,
work really well together. Well, it's obvious,
yeah.
Rick, you don't work well with John. Um,
No,
no
I did
offense.
look him.
I'm sure you work
I
great
looked up.
with someone else.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like he actually is an experienced comic book artist. Like he apparently came from. I wrote this down. Uh, where did I write it down? Villamonte. He's a Peruvian artist. And he did a lot of work for Marvel and DC in both the 1970s and the 1980s. So
Mm.
he's not a new guy and he's not an inexperienced guy. So I think we can pretty safely say this was just a rush job that just they just had to get it done to meet that
Yeah,
monthly schedule.
yeah. I'd say rush job and a possible not a great meshing of two artists.
Yes, I completely agree.
Yeah, because I've seen other
Completely
artists have
agree.
that as well, where the ink is really good on. Like I've looked and went, oh, the ink's pretty average on that, and then I'll be like, hang
Hmm.
on, that's the inker that works with Jim Lee. He's usually awesome, and it's like, oh, when he
Yeah,
works with Jim Lee. So
right.
yeah, no, I'm not having to go at Scott. By the way, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
Scott
just used Jim
Williams.
Lee as an example there. That was just a random name. It wasn't actually who I
Yeah.
meant. Just putting it out
No,
there for
Scott,
anyone who thinks I was having to go at Scott. There.
I will say Scott Williams is a pretty damn good artist, and I think he elevates Jim Lee's
Oh, big time.
ink. Like I
He,
think when
uh,
he is not inking Jim Lee, Jim Lee's art does not look as good. I think
yep.
Scott Williams and Jim Lee are a perfect pairing of penciler and inker because
Yeah.
Scott
I don't
Williams
know why
just
I said
has
Jim
this
Lee.
this vibrancy to his ink line that really suits and brings out the best in Jim Lee's artwork. And I think they probably know that too. That's why they
Yeah. That's why
have
everything
been
they do
working
seems to be
together
together.
since,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, for 30 years or so. So,
Mm.
anyway, let's talk about this comic, not other
Whoever comics he
comics.
does. Yes.
Yeah.
And I like that they've said that the 6 weeks since, because you always forget how long boats are out on sea, at sea,
Yeah, I noticed that too.
and it's like 6 weeks, and I went, oh yeah, that's right, it would be out there. Yeah, and they've made friends with members of the crew and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, oh, that's pretty
Yep.
cool. I never added that,
Yeah.
and I like the next nice touch on the next page. Have
Hmm.
you got anything for this page?
No, not
No.
really. Um,
I like
yeah,
that
no,
Nightcrawler's
not
asking one of
anything.
the guys, "Is your family in there?"
Yeah.
And I
So
thought that
what
was a
we're
nice touch to show that they've made actual
yes,
friends.
they've bonded. Yeah, they've
Yeah.
bonded with the crew.
Mm.
Um, so what we're seeing here is the city of Tokyo on fire.
Yeah.
Um, so they're heading towards Japan. They've been the story at this point. For anyone who's joining us for just this episode, who's just found the show, welcome.
Welcome.
Please,
Yes.
please like and subscribe. Um, but yeah, at this point in the story, the X-Men have been on this boat They were in a storm and rescued from a raft that was about to sink. They were rescued and brought on board this Japanese merchant ship on its way back to Japan. And now they've arrived at Japan, and we see the city on fire, jets, obviously Japanese Air Force jets flying over. So something terrible has happened. We don't know what yet, but it's certainly an incredibly dramatic scene. And I wondered at this point in the story, are they going to do some kind of Godzilla thing here?
I didn't think of that.
That was the first thing I thought of.
Oh,
because
wow.
in a couple of pages, they start talking about there's been these tremors and earthquakes, but there's no explanation for them. And so I was thinking, this is going to be some kaiju type creature.
I didn't even go there.
It's going to be like awesome. A Godzilla riff. But it's not.
It's not.
Spoiler,
no.
it's
not.
Awesome.
It would have been awesome.
But this was the image where I looked at the background, like the way that he's drawn the city, and the inking on the city and the smoke is actually really nice.
Really nice.
It's just the characters not so great. So the guy's definitely got skills, but just rushed, I think.
That would be my guess. So that's a nice 2-pager, nice thing to open up to. The devastation of the submergence of Japan. So that makes me think, is it sinking?
That was another thing that made me think, is this going to be some monster, some giant kaiju monster that makes the island sink? But it's all a mislead.
No, well, that's true.
Yeah. So
can you get us there? It's like, no way. There's all sorts of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So they get
on
their
this
own
page,
way.
Yeah. Nightcrawler actually teleports from the ship to the shore, and he says, if it wasn't for the training that I've been doing, because I think he's referring to the fact that they've been on the ship for 6 weeks, and so he's had all this time to practice teleporting, maybe greater distances or something, I don't know. And then so now he's able to teleport. Does it say they're a mile from shore, something like that?
I forget, actually. I don't remember actual figures. I just know that they took a while. It takes them a few minutes to get from the boat to the thing flying.
Yeah.
So they're really far away.
Yeah. So they've definitely he's got more of a grasp on his super power, his teleportation power, now, which he didn't have before. He would have gotten woozy and he could only teleport short distances and all that sort of stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool that they just in one line of dialogue that he's now more capable.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's funny because I didn't know any of this when I first started reading the X-Men. It was in the late 80s, early 90s, and he can do all sorts of stuff with his teleportation powers now.
Right.
So I didn't understand what was going on at the beginning of us reading this with Nightcrawler, and now it's he wasn't that powerful back then. He wasn't able to I've had him teleport 2 people long distances. So in the stuff I've read, and it's oh, okay, he couldn't do that back then. So that's really cool that we're on this journey with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then old Storm using her electric powers to change her costume.
Yes, I noticed that. They don't say anything about it. It's just a visual thing that she suddenly makes the unstable molecules of her costume change with her electrical manipulation powers.
Yeah, which I always found really full on. It's wow, that's a level of control.
Yeah,
you can change it into whatever you want. Omega.
Definitely.
And they're looking for Sunfire. That's what I found interesting about this. Is they're like, oh, we're in Japan, this giant island. Let's go look for Sunfire on this giant island.
Right. Well, I think what it is that they know that, what they think is like, oh, we don't have any, like, because they have to get off that raft in the middle of the storm, and so they don't have any money. They don't have extra clothes or anything, and they know that the vessel is heading to Japan. So I think they're just thinking, who do we know in Japan? Oh, Sunfire, we know him. Like, he can help us out. He's a fellow mutant. He'll be cool. And so I think that's their plan is like, can we just use your phone? Like, hey,
we need Shiro, to ring the professor.
Can we use your phone? Yeah, exactly.
But they won't be able to ring the professor. I think it's the next page. Oh, no, it's the page after. This one I like because he says it again. There's something else where Wolverine did something and everyone's like, oh, you didn't ask. You never asked. You never asked. And they throw that line in again. And I was like, oh, that's cool, yeah. You never asked.
Well, there's a couple of things that are like hints at Wolverine's mysterious past. A couple of things in this issue that sort of are little teasers about, like, oh, he has spent time in Japan. Because at this point in X-Men history, Wolverine's still a very new character. They still haven't revealed what his real name is. He's always been referred to as Wolverine.
Yes.
So there's a little hint later in this issue of what his real name is, and at the time, that must have been like a big
wow
thing for readers. Like, oh my god, they were about to say his name. So I think the mystique of Wolverine is being built up in these issues. And I love the panel in the top right corner where they've just gone like full magenta with the background. That looks so good.
Yeah, and the little what do you call it? I can't think of the word. The little figures in the walking up the hill.
Silhouettes.
That's what I'm looking for. Thank you.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
It looks awesome. That's such a good image. So it's just one color and black, and just really clear, and I think it's kind of the best panel on the page, in my opinion.
Yeah. I just looked over the page again, and it's like, yep.
Backhanded.
Poor Rick, if he watches this, he's going to hate us.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, Rick. I'm sure you're good when you work with someone else. That's so horrible. We've got to get back to the professor. And then we cross to the professor. Thousands of miles, 20,000 miles above Earth.
Right. So this is another one of those. We've spoken in a couple of episodes about the way that Claremont and Byrne do these scene shifts in the middle of a page. Rather than doing it on the page flip, we're still with the X-Men at the top of the page, but then it's only for one panel, and then it shifts to 20,000 miles above the Earth. To me, like, that just feels like such a weird way to pace the story. I would prefer if they did the scene shift on the page turn, but I don't know what their goal was or what was in their heads. Maybe they were going for like a specific effect or something. To me, it just seems weird. In a storytelling sense.
Maybe I'm used to it. Maybe I've read enough like that. Yeah. I don't see anything different about it now.
I mean, I honestly didn't ever notice it until we started doing this show.
Doing the show, yeah.
And then, like, because
'Cause you're looking at it.
I'm sort of analyzing the comic now rather than just reading it as a casual fan. And so as I'm really going through and looking at, well, how did they tell the story on this page? It's just that kind of thing is just stood out to me as a bit strange.
Panel 3 is what got me.
Hmm.
That costume, the whatever, the captain or whatever he is. What does
Yeah.
she call him? Yeah. That looks like what they changed Captain Britain's costume to when they start the Excalibur series. And I'm like, is this what
Oh
inspired?
yeah.
Is this what inspired it? Because it's just it's a. I'm going, Excalibur's in this one. And, oh, hang on, no, it's one of the Shield fellas.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
got
I can
excited
definitely
for
see
a
it.
microsecond.
It's very similar.
The
Very
colors:
similar.
white boots,
Yes.
blue pants,
Yeah.
white gloves, red top, a line coming to an arrow. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like to a point. I mean, not an arrow. But
Mhm.
yeah. So
Now, the other thing that's happening here is we're on. So as you said, we're 20,000 miles above the Earth. We're in Lilandra's spaceship. So I'm assuming, like, the reason she was on Earth before was that they said that there was some
paperwork.
bureaucratic paperwork that had to be done before she could resume her leadership of the Shi'ar Empire.
Mhm.
And so I guess that's all been solved now because there's no mention of that whatsoever.
No.
And then I love the conversation here between Charles and Lilandra, where he's basically like, in the bottom left panel, he's like, oh,
Good, you got this too.
maybe I should go back to Earth. I mean, Warren, even though the X-Men are dead, like the new X-Men he's referring to,
Yeah, the new X-Men.
Warren, who's Angel, and Bobby, who's Iceman, and Hank, who's Beast, they're all, and Jean, of course, Jean Grey, they're all still there. And then he's like, nah, I'll stay.
We live, we
I'll stay
love.
in space. Yeah, exactly. So he literally
Oh no, she says
only
that.
gives it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he literally only gives it a moment's thought, and then he's like, "Oh, you know what? Forget it. Let's go."
Forget it. Let's go. Warp away. Warp factor 5.
What a caring mentor and father figure.
No wonder they got rid of him. For like 2 decades, I think it was.
I just like putting the boot into Charles Xavier.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? Always go on holidays, extended 20-year holiday.
Exactly. Yep. This is the beginning of it. Okay, so next page is another scene change. See, this is a better scene change, in my opinion.
Okay.
You flip the page, and now we're at a new location. We're back with the X-Men, and they're now infiltrating Sunfire's compound. It's a little weird that it looks like they're creeping in.
They are. They're sneaking in.
Yeah, it's like, well, you know the guy, so why
Hey, we
sneak
know
in? Wouldn't
Sunfire.
it? It's sus. Like you're setting yourself up to look suspicious.
Yeah.
Whereas, why not just like you're all dressed like normal people? You're not in your X-Men costumes at this point. Well, I mean, Nightcrawler is and Storm is, but Storm can change her costume. But
Colossus isn't.
That's true. No, he is.
He goes full. He rips his clothes off. Oh, sorry.
Right. He does.
He goes, oh, guys with guns, I'm turning into metal.
It's just weird. Like, I don't know, whatever.
I just love those shoulder paddy things were under the clothes all that time.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're going to do what they're going to do, and it's certainly a more dramatic thing for the story than just going up and knocking on the door and saying,
Yep.
"Hi, we're here to see Mr. Yashida. We're old friends of his." But that's not what happens. They sneak in, even getting Storm to create fog so that they can sneak in. Like, it's so suspect.
Yeah, it is.
And they rightfully get caught and called up on their actions. I like that they, in that final panel on the page, it's just black and white.
Yeah, it's cool, hey?
That's the way that those kind of panels should be left, I think. I like the restraint that the colorist showed by not adding any color to that. It's much more effective.
Yeah, it is. That you know away there's an extraordinarily bright light being shined on them.
Exactly.
But yeah, so... And Sunfire himself.
Here he is, the man himself. And, of course, he calls them out immediately. Like, this is exactly what I was talking about. Cyclops says, "Oh, but you know us. Like, what's wrong?" And he's like, "You were trying to sneak in. Like, why would I not think you were up to no good? You're trying to sneak in." So yeah, strange, very strange.
And I just love it's like, hang on, what? Misty Knight's an agent of some sort? I didn't know this. Is this like common knowledge to everyone else?
I think it is. Yeah, I think in Power Man and Iron Fist, she's, I think, a SHIELD agent or a cop or something. She's definitely like official law enforcement, but I can't remember whether she's like FBI or NYPD or SHIELD. But she's definitely something official in terms of law enforcement. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, she's saying the Prime Minister said to do this, so she's up there.
Right. Yeah. It's true.
And he's like, Misty Knight, Jean Grey's roommate. What's she doing here?
Yep. And then at the bottom of this page is another of those strange scene shifts. This is an ominous one. I like these ominous cutaway type scene shifts, though. They feel very X-Men to me because they would do these all the time to sort of set up future plot lines and stuff. And so shifting the scene to a mysterious, shadowy figure with clearly mischievous or, evil motives always feels very X-Men.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. That's was his, like, the fire up his arms and legs always drawn like that? Because it looks different to me.
No, that's pretty much how it was.
Like
that's
that.
the design.
I just have a bad memory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You mean the flame design on his gloves and his boots?
Yeah,
right? Yeah, that's how it was.
How it was, okay. I got a bad memory. Yep. And now they're in. Is this the Prime Minister's thing again? I forget.
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
No, I can't remember. Oh yeah, there she's calling Iron Fist.
Yep.
So yeah.
And Colleen Wing is also a character from Power Man and Iron Fist.
Oh, they're crossing them over. I like that.
Yeah. So she's there as well. I did not know that she was half Japanese. I actually thought she was like half Vietnamese. But,
okay.
I don't know that much about the character, so I'm just exposing my ignorance by saying anything.
Oh. Well, what I love is that old Cyclops, somewhere in that extraordinarily tight suit, he has those sunglasses all the time. So I'm like, where the hell does he keep those?
Yes. Where do they come from? Where do they come from?
Like, seriously,
That's a
man.
good point. Yep.
Where
That's
are
a
you
good
hiding
point.
those? Should I ask? Should I leave it alone?
Yep. Okay.
Oh
So
dear.
last time on our last episode, I was talking about how um, Misty Knight, like on the final page of issue 117,
Mm-hmm.
which was the previous issue to this one, Jean Grey crosses paths with Misty Knight at the airport as Misty is on her way to Japan. And I mentioned that it feels like they're setting up this kind of dynamic where everybody is sort of just missing the
Yeah.
person that they think is dead, right?
That
So
point.
this is a primo case of this, where Scott sees Misty Knight, and Scott knows Misty Knight is Jean's roommate.
Roommate.
Scott thinks Jean is dead. So you would think that he would say, Misty, I've got some bad news. Jean's dead. And then Misty could say, no,
Exactly.
what? I just saw her at the airport. And then it would be like, what? You saw her? Oh my God, she's not dead. I thought she was dead. But then that's not the way they're doing it. They're doing
No.
it in just these, it's almost like this sort of farcical kind of
I get you.
form of drama where people aren't saying, like, if people just talked to each other, then there would be no drama. The
There'd be no
reason
drama.
there's the drama is because people aren't saying what they need to say to each other, and that's like prime Scott Summers territory.
That is.
That's what he's the best at, is not talking.
Not talking
to
and shooting
people.
beams of power out of his eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's second though. The power beams are second.
Mm,
The eye
yep.
beams, I mean.
Exactly. His true
here he is
power is not talking to people. Not
Yes,
expressing himself.
that's his true power.
So, yeah, so here Scott gets on the phone, which was their goal,
Yep.
and he tries to call the mansion, and the operator says, I'm sorry, but all the phone lines for the mansion are cancelled, like disconnected. Yeah, exactly, disconnected. At the request of Charles Xavier.
Yes.
So what that tells you is he ain't planning to come back
No.
anytime soon.
Nope.
He already knows this is going to be an extended vacation, more than a month, because the phone bill would be monthly. And so that, to me, I was just like, so what, reading between the lines here, like, he's clearly had, like, he's just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Time to move on. Start the next phase of my life. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I've probably teased Charles Xavier too much in this episode, so I won't go further on that score. But the other cool thing about this page is at the bottom of the page, Wolverine is meeting Mariko, who is the love of his life, or will become the great sort of lost love of his life.
Yep.
And I think she is Sunfire's cousin. She's not his sister.
I never knew that.
I think so. I think it's mentioned later in the issue.
Oh, okay, I must have missed that. Well, it was a week ago I read this, so.
Yeah. No shade on you, my friend. But yeah, so this is kind of a momentous moment in X-Men history, because they go back and back and back to this. This relationship with Mariko becomes like really a core thing in
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Wolverine's character and his backstory. So it's interesting to see it forming here, because I never really read. I've never read these issues before, so this is all new to me.
Yeah, same.
Very cool. And then
page?
which page are we on here? Yeah, go to the next page.
Yep.
Oh, so this page is where he is about to say his name in panel 3.
Oh.
He says, "My name is Lo," and then there's an earthquake.
There's an earthquake.
So he doesn't get it out. And then he has to save Mariko from the earthquake.
Yep. The earthquake that's not an earthquake.
Yep. And so again, like, this was around the part where I thought, oh, well, here's where they're going to reveal Godzilla or a kaiju. But it wasn't.
I love it.
At all. Wasn't a kaiju.
No.
So the mansion, or the compound where they all were, is now collapsing because of this crazy earthquake. Wolverine has to save Mariko. The rest of the X-Men are fleeing the collapsing building.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just action, an action page here.
And then that's not an earthquake.
No, cool page turn moment.
Whoa.
It's these guys called the Mandroids.
And they don't like muties.
No, I had never heard of the Mandroids before.
Last seen in the Avengers 95. There you go.
There you go. So I guess they are not an original X-Men creation.
They might not be mutant hunters either. It just might be he was using that as an insult.
I think this is the best page in the issue. I think
it's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, every panel on this page is great. Like the first panel with that it's sort of the panels looks like it's cool, filtered. Yeah, that makes it read as much, because up to this point it's all been the horizontal grid pattern, and this breaks the grid, so it sort of throws off the rhythm of the comic and makes this moment feel different and sort of more attention grabbing. And then you've got a great shot of Sunfire in panel 2. Panel 3 is fantastic. Sunfire getting zapped by the Mandroid, and then that group shot in the final panel.
That is good,
really
isn't it?
Cool, with the giant finger in the foreground, and then in the background you got all the X-Men. That's really really good. That's like cool. A typical lunchbox image, like something you'd see on like a lunchbox or on a T-shirt. Like that image would be awesome.
Hit 'em, X-Men. I love it.
Yeah, very cool.
That was very cool. This page, I agree. And the robots, I've never seen them androids, so this was a new robot for me.
Yeah. Kind of cool designs, although it does look a little weird to have the little human face sticking out of the robot's head.
Shoot for the face, guys! Shoot for the face.
Yeah, it looks a little strange.
But Iron Man does that with the eye
really cool.
Well. I'm like, you shoot a bullet through that eye and he's dead. He's got no protection.
True.
It's like I never understood why there wasn't a layer of something there and he was looking through a camera or something.
It's a good point.
But Iron Man, you can clearly see his eye behind the thing in the early Iron Man. I don't know if they still do it, but in the early Iron Man, you could see his eye clearly through that gap in many scenes.
Yeah, definitely.
I've always find robots that let you see their face a little silly. So you've got all this protection, and you've just got your face sitting there.
Right. Yeah, it's a good point.
Why not have your hands out as well, idiots? Sorry. Yeah, next page. That was an awesome page.
Yeah,
I love this
absolutely.
one. Oh, Nightcrawler tricks him into shooting each other.
Yeah, teleports
That
away.
made me laugh. That made me laugh so much when I read this.
Very cool.
The
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I just realized I read this wrong last time. I'm looking at it properly this time. It's like, oh, hang on, he moved. I thought Colossus' punch did nothing. It's like, no, he moved. He missed. I don't know how I missed that. He says I missed.
Yeah, I felt like they were kind of portraying Colossus as kind of a chump in this battle, and I wondered why, because was it because he's like a real powerhouse, and if he was allowed to cut loose with this really strong character, then there wouldn't be any drama, or the battle would be over too quickly. Yeah. So his punch misses, and then they punch Colossus off into the distance, like he's flying through the air into the distance in that final panel. And he does come back later in the issue, which we'll find out what actually happens. But yeah, I just thought I think it's also because Colossus is one of my favorite characters, and so when I read this, I was like, Colossus wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he's your favorite. You like him so much you call him Cyclops all the time.
I do. So I'm just going to go behind the curtain. I even do it when I'm writing notes. See,
Are you serious?
I started to write Cyclops, and then I wrote Colossus. And when I did that, I was like, what is happening? What am I doing? I'm writing Cyclops?
Writing Cyclops? That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, seriously, I was like, why? Why does this keep happening?
It was like a one-off mistake, and then we've made a joke about it. It keeps happening.
Yeah, it's so strange.
That's writing it. I'm impressed. That's commitment to the joke, man. That's commitment to the joke.
It wasn't a joke. It was serious.
Cool. We'll go to the next page. More fighting.
Yeah.
And this is where the tides start turning.
I will say, despite the inking, John Byrne's layouts and stuff during these battle scenes, they're all really good. Like,
they are.
It is a great battle scene, all drawn really well, really clearly. Great posing, great panel compositions, as usual. So, it still looks really, really great, I think. I was talking last episode about how Chris Claremont is like moving the goalposts with the characters' powers. Last time it was about Storm's powers, and she was not able to dispel an actual storm at sea. This page, Wolverine says that reverse polarity magnetic zap may have worked against my steel buddy, but it don't rate diddly against adamantium claws. And it's like,
yeah, it does.
There's something like 4 issues ago, we saw Magneto, the master of magnetism, use his magnetic powers on Wolverine's adamantium to make him go like this with his claws and then punch himself in the face.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like,
make up
do
your
what
mind,
you want.
Claremont.
Yeah, like make up your mind. Like if you say it's one thing, then stick to it. But don't move the goalposts on us, because it just makes it confusing for the reader, I think. Because then you're like, well, then what? I thought, you're sort of confused and wondering but magnetism did work on him like
Yeah,
3 issues ago,
3 issues ago,
4 issues ago, whatever it was.
whatever. Yeah,
Um,
worked on him really well.
exactly. And now suddenly it doesn't work, so I don't know what to think now. Anyway, rant
Yeah.
over.
Well, my rant was with Cyclops.
Okay.
Yeah, my rant's with Cyclops. Doing specific vibration pattern to the armor. Dude, you can take out a building, just zap him full power, and he's like
Right.
in the other side of the country. He's gone.
It's almost as though
But it is
was to
cool.
give- yeah,
It is cool that the difference with the whole him and Banshee working together to
yes,
make it all fall apart, the armor fall
Yeah.
apart.
yeah. I liked it, but I see what you mean, and
Yeah.
but I think it's
It's inventive.
inventive, exactly. And I think they were trying to like work out a way for there to be a little bit of teamwork as well, because they weren't really working as a team up to this point. They were just doing individual attacks.
Yeah.
And it's always fun to see in these battles when the X-Men do sort of combine their powers.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, but it did make me wonder, like, well, how does Cyclops do that? Like, does he just blink really fast?
Yeah, I was going to say, and how's he blink to the right rhythm?
Yes.
How does he know? I'll get the vibration just
exactly.
right.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm still trying to figure out how this visor works, because his old one, he had to put his hand up there and open it.
Right.
So this one, his hands are nowhere near it, and he's changing. So is he changing the power by how wide he opens his eyes, or what exactly sets it off now? Is it telepathic? Does it link to his brain? Is it like a little chip in his head now?
Yeah, it's a good question. I wondered the same thing, and at first, I guess I just assumed it was muscle, like, you know, he does this kind of thing.
His eyebrows charged it.
Yeah, basically, like there's some sensor that senses inside the visor that senses when his eyes kind of go like this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just comic magic.
Yeah, it's comic magic. I just love that theory though, so that if he's ever walks into a room and he's in shock,
right. Yep.
And you're right, she's his cousin. It just says it on this page. I forgot.
There you go. Yeah.
But yeah, that's my little bit of funniness about Cyclops. I just love it. This is so full on that they can't. That she couldn't do the storm, but she could freeze the guy with wind and snow or whatever to the point where he shatters.
Right.
Like, come on, guys! How powerful and not powerful is she?
Yeah.
I mean, freezing someone with the weather—that's pretty full on.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, what are the limits?
Because you got to get pretty cold for metal to shatter.
Yeah.
Like, really freaking cold.
Right. Sub-zero temperatures.
Yeah, well below zero. Well below zero. So, but anyway, that's just my little gripe with Storm. I'm going to probably be upset about that particular Storm not being able to control a storm for quite some time.
I thought it was interesting, and I think part of it was because of the inking. That Storm in panel 4 has almost a manga look to her face.
Oh yeah,
like she looks like a manga character. And I think that may be in the inking.
Well, I'm blaming the inking for everything. So
right. Yeah, sorry, Rick Villamonte.
Yeah, sorry, Rick. I'm throwing you lots of shade today.
Yeah. I thought that the storytelling on the bottom half of the page, where these guys get in the truck and then there's a big crater in the road, and that's what I was about to say. Cyclops, not Cyclops. That's where Colossus landed.
Yeah.
And then he pops up like that panel where his hands are just up from the ground in front of the truck's headlights. That's a really cool panel.
It is, isn't it?
And then he basically rips the axle out of the truck.
Yeah. Now, I found that interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I missed something in the earlier panels. But it's like, how does he know that truck's like part of the problem? He's been thrown through the air out of the fight. This truck's gone down a couple of streets to get to where he is. And so, oh, look, there's a pothole in the road. And he just goes, yeah, I'm going to destroy this truck. And like, why? Why are you destroying the truck, dude?
Oh, my God.
You don't even know.
He doesn't even know what the truck is carrying.
He's just like, I'm so mad at that guy who punched me here. I'm going to destroy the first thing that comes along.
Yeah, he's just angry. That is a good point. I didn't even think of that, but that's
the first thing I noticed.
Totally.
Like, why is he destroying this truck? He doesn't know that it's the bad guys.
Totally legitimate point.
Comic magic.
That is hilarious.
Storm psychically told him. Comic magic.
Right.
Oh, dear.
2 innocent truck drivers just had a really bad day.
Really bad day. Okay, I'll go. This is where I'm like, what the hell's going on now?
I know.
I sort of know this character and I sort of don't. It's like, he looks familiar and the name sounds familiar, but I don't know who it is. I was going to look it up and then I didn't bother. I'll look it up before the next one, so I'm ready for him. But yeah, Moses Magnum. That's interesting name.
I thought this was the most bizarre ending to any of the X-Men issues that we've read so far, because first of all, I've never heard of this character. Like,
he looks familiar, but I don't know why.
I just was like, who? You know, it's kind of like one of those things where I'm Moses Magnum, and you're like, who?
Actually, they don't have any little boxes. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
I think he's new.
And if Chris came up with him, I need to slap him, because that's a ridiculous look with a ridiculous name.
Yeah, Moses
Force.
Magnum,
what is the
master of
Magnum Force?
Yeah, exactly. That was my question. Is like, so is the Magnum Force like a power, or is it an army? You know, like Force 10 from Navarone type thing.
Or Magnum PI? He's going to get him in here? Power over him?
I don't know.
24 hours! It's always 24 hours. They always give these people 24 hours.
I'm very interested to read the next issue.
Yes, I might, just to see
whether it's going to be really lame or actually really great. Like, maybe it's going to be like, oh my God, that was amazing.
Well, I'm getting a vibe that next issue is a filler. That's just me. That's my prediction. Is the next one's a filler. So we've got to wait until we find out what happens here. I could be totally wrong, but I've got a filler vibe on.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll see.
Well, I hope it's a thriller and not a filler.
Nice.
So yes. It says 'twas the night before Christmas, which would make sense because this issue came out in November 1978. So the next issue would be December.
Christmas issue.
Yeah. Which might be cool, you know, that could be interesting, a Christmas themed issue. So I guess we'll see.
Xavier celebrating his new vacation for Christmas.
Right.
This is a celebration we have
Not
on
with
Earth.
the X-Men.
Not with the X-Men. With the sheer Empire.
Far, far away. It's literally as far away from his students as he can get.
Yep. It's classic.
Oh my God.
Classic stuff.
Crazy.
Cool.
Well, that's the end of this issue.
That's the end of 118. So that begs the question: band name, my friend.
Okay, I've got two choices for you again.
Two choices. Okay, cool.
So the first one is on page 5. Just going to find where it is. Oh, yeah. So it's panel 1 of page 5. This is when they're still in Japan and they're sort of walking around the burning city, trying to figure out, well, where do we go? What do we do? Panel 1 has a caption box that says, "It's a long, hard trek through the battered city." So I thought, Battered City
Ooh, that's nice.
is an interesting band name.
That is an interesting band name.
Mm-hmm. And then the other band name, I just had to do the Mandroids.
Mandroids. Ooh.
That is a cool name. I mean,
I like the Mandroids. I've got to go with the Mandroids. I can see like an alternative punk band doing that. The Mandroids.
Yes. Yeah, like Devo or something.
Yeah.
All right. So
Cool.
This issue's band name is the Mandroids.
The Mandroids. I haven't been keeping note of all the band names either. I'll have to go
Neither
back.
have I.
Neither
I mean,
of you.
I do have them written. I have them written down in my notes, but I don't have like a list.
I don't put them into the description. Sorry, everyone. Oh, that's probably a good thing because then you don't find out till you watch the end.
Right.
Yeah.
A reason to watch till the end.
Reason to watch till the end. So, well, if you want to talk about this episode with us, there's the comments. Tell us what we did great. Tell us what we did badly. Have a go at us for having a go at Rick. Sorry, just had to. And while you're there, remember to like the video and subscribe. I was going to say share, but share the video as well. Let other people know what's going on, other X-Men fans. And while you're there, subscribe as well, so you get notified each week when we have this, when we air this the next episode.
I think that's actually worth doubling down on that point. Is if you know someone who would like this show, please share it with them. Like, send them a link, because I think that we've cracked the 1,000 subscriber mark a little while ago, which is awesome. And thank you all for subscribing.
Yes, thank you.
But amongst the 1,000 subscribers, there must be quite a few people who know someone else who likes the X-Men or who likes discussion of comics in the in-depth way that we do. So please share the show with them and help us to get towards 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
so that would be awesome.
That'd be very awesome. So share, and then remember, next week is 119. Now, I didn't look up what the next one is actually. Oh no, it says here it's the night before Christmas. I'm an idiot. 'Twas the night before Christmas, but that doesn't mean that's what the title of it is. But I'm just rambling now. So that's next week. Until then, I'm Sis, and I was about to say the other thing I used to do, but I'm Sidrus Comics, and you can find me on Instagram at Sidrus Comics AU. And Matt, where can we find your stuff?
You can find my stuff at steamrollerman.com. My comic is free to read. So yeah, please give it a look, and maybe you will become a fan.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Yeah, and free, my favorite price. In that case, thank you for watching. Again, remember, put in the comments if you want to say anything about how you thought of the show, or anything you want to correct, anything you want to add to what we said. We love to see your comments, and we love to have a bit of a chat with you. So anyway, until then, see you next week. Goodbye. See you, Matt. See you next week. See you, everyone else.
All right. See you next time, Sis.
See you all.
Talk to you then.
Bye.